Alright, in this video, I'm being completely honest. I'm giving you all the information that is out there that is the best. If there's anything else you think I missed, comment, let me know, let everyone else know in my little community here. Guys, I hope you get your boosts. Good luck. Watch the video in full, please. Trust me, it makes a lot more sense if you watch everything.
Drop a like in the next 5 seconds because you just like me as a content creator. Like, come on, do you want me to keep making videos? Drop a like.
Alright, watching this video back, I've come across a certain way, like super savage. Honestly, I'm just like motivated right now. I want to achieve the goals I've set. I'm grinding and I've got some things to do, and to be fair, I'm sick and tired of fakes. So that came out in this video. If it rubs off the wrong way on you, well, go fuck yourself. Alright, so if you haven't won an event before and you want to win an event for yourself, specifically in this video, bootcamp or formula, then this is the video for you. I'm gonna go over a couple of things in this video, but I promise if you watch the whole thing, it will help you on the right track to win bootcamp and formula. Not anyone can win it. Obviously, you have to be a good enough player to win it, but what I'm going to show you and help you with is pretty much life hacks, but on 2K, and how you can improve your chances of winning dramatically. Anyway, there is enough time for you so you can actually follow this video and get yourself ready for the event. It's about 2 weeks away, so make sure you do. Speaking about weeks away, I've been MIA for like a week and a bit, but I'm coming back. I'll be playing both of these events, definitely making a video on both, hopefully winning bootcamp. I came 12th in the last one, so I need to get top 10 this time. So it's a redemption round, and then obviously winning formula, but I won't be winning it. Someone else will. So I'll touch on that later. I'll tweet about it or whatnot. But if you have notifications on for my videos and you're still watching me, you're still listening to me rant right now, here is a code. On the screen, there's a code right now. That is Minecraft. If you play with Minecraft, that sounds fucked. If you fuck with Minecraft, download it, tweet me if you did. Can you please tweet me or send a Snapchat, like a photo or a video? I'll put it in my next video to show it's not fake. Please do that. And let's move on. But first, here's an Xbox code. 1 month Game Pass if you're still watching. There you go. You thought I was just going to give away Minecraft? Fuck that. Alright, there's 1 month Game Pass on the screen now. If you win, please send it to me. Alright, let's actually get into the video now. Alrighty, so I know it happens to everyone, but when you win an event or two, people start hitting you up offering to pay you for events. Some people are asking nicely to play events with you, others not nicely at all. They're just telling you to win them events. People are asking if they can play with you for events. Some people, even try the I'm a big fan card. I'm sure a lot of you are, but I've seen dudes not even following me. People that I've never seen comment on my videos being like, I'm your #1 fan, been there since day one. Cap, you have been, bro. I've never even seen you ever before. I know a lot of the dudes. If you have been there from day one and you message me, I normally reply to you, but that's another thing, and the reason I wanted to address this, because I'm not trying to expose anyone, don't get me wrong, but I've had about 100 messages on Snapchat in the last 2 weeks, week and a half odd, asking me to play formula, mostly formula, some bootcamp for them. Heaps of messages on Twitter. I just get spammed about it, and even if I wanted to win everyone an event, I just can't. I can't win everyone an event. I owe people that I play the game with regularly events, people that have sat corner for me in events. I want to, share the love with them. It's only fair. So yeah, just so you know, I'm not ignoring you anymore. I've just had enough of it because I've been asked so many times. People, especially fakes, the fakes come out around event time for me. Like people pretending they're this and that. Anyway, that's my rant over. If you want to ask me for anything, don't be a fake, because I won't reply to you. You know what I mean? If you are, I know who my real supporters are. I know who they are. Anyway, all right, let's move on. Before I go into anything further, if you are still watching, I have here Sea of Thieves. I'm not going to play this game myself. If you want it, the code is on the screen right now. I've had these lying around. I've been saying I'd give them away for ages. I was meant to be daily uploading and putting these codes in the videos. Here they are. They're all in this video. So if you are watching, bang, You just got yourself that game, Sea of Thieves. Alright, this video now, it's going to be giving you the absolute best chance to win the events for yourself. And trust me, it is a much better feeling when you earn these events for yourself. It's an off taste when you don't think you deserved it or didn't achieve it yourself. Like my first GODZ, Caruso played a much bigger role in that GODZ than I did. I pretty much played a spot up shooter. So the second GODZ for me felt way better. Formula had the boys, they helped me, but you can only win rep events with help unless you trade, which we'll get into. But yeah, the boys helped me hard out for that one. Shout out Caruso and Bash. But if you're a grinder and you're dedicated, I'm going to give you 2 builds. Now, making these builds is not going to guarantee you win the event, but it's going to give you the absolute best chance. You won't win the event without one of these 2 builds. So pick one, make it, and run it for either bootcamp or formula, okay? These builds, I promise you they are the best for rep. I'm also going to give you 5 tips and tricks in depth. I'm not just telling you throw lobs, you know, that's complete cap. If anyone makes a video and says just throw lobs, they're obviously trading all their events. I haven't traded every single game to win my events. I've 20-minute long videos. Last formula, I have 20 minutes worth of gameplay. So yeah, I try and play these events as legit as possible. Have I traded? Yeah, fucking oath I have. You can't win these events if you don't trade some games, especially with teams that are better than you. But anyone we got that was like randoms, we rolled them over. I have full court press in the whole game, didn't know what to do. Okay, so that's how we won events. I'm gonna go into it though, I'll go into it all, but let's get into this little guide, the 2 builds. I've made them time and time again, but your playmaker, but it can come out as a slashing playmaker or mid-range playmaker. That's the first build. And the second build is your play shot. If you're a guard, they're the only 2 builds you're gonna win on. If you're playing with people and you're not trading, sometimes centers win. A lot of those centers are trading lobs every single game. But if you're a guard, these are the 2 builds you're going to win on. If you have anything else, you won't win. Let's get into it. Alright, so we got build number 1. Obviously it's a point guard. Nothing else matters though, but it's a point guard. I know it off by heart. I haven't even got this written down. The first one is the play shot. If you're a good player and you're not going to rely on your teammates too much, this is the build you want to make. And for bootcamp and formula specifically, this isn't like how to win comp games, things like that. That's not what we're doing. This is how to win those 2 events specifically. So there's certain things you want in those situations, and we're going to get into it. We're going to take off as much as you can. Obviously, you just want the best possible badges. 11, yeah. So this is how I would run it, and this is actually my first ever play shot. This is exactly how it was. It's pretty much a 2-way play shot, as you can tell. So 54 driving layup, it doesn't matter. You're not going to be finishing. It gives you no rep, so why would you do it? So don't put any stats in it. You don't want that. Shooting, max it. You want as many badges as you can in these events. Badges will save you. 22 shooting badges, 23 playmaking badges, and 11 defensive badges. It's huge. You can chase down block like a demon with this build at only 6'3". It is insane. Actually, I'll go back. If you want to make it, there's the stats. I promise you, this is the build you want for these events. 6'3", minimum weight and minimum wingspan has to be, and then whichever takeover you want. Obviously, playmaking would help in these events because assists are going to garnish the most rep, but shot creating is obviously also pretty OP. I'd take shot creating personally because you want to end games quick, and it's up to you to do that. You want to be draining threes on this build after you get 4 to 5 lobs, but we'll get into that next. This isn't how to win. This is the build. So that's build 1. Let's go do build 2. Let's go do build 2 now. Alright, build number 2, and look, I'm sorry for rushing through it, but I've made these builds like a lot before. I don't want to bore anyone to death. I'm trying to not bore you to death. So I am rushing through it, yes, but build number 2, it is the mid-range playmaker. If you've seen it, cool, you know what we're doing. So we're maxing out our shooting. Obviously you take off a couple on post fade. It'll be 15 shooting badges. You want shooting and playmaking badges on these builds. They're the most important things. Take that down to 81 post moves. So 15 shooting and 30 playmaking, and then guys, we want our defensive badges, right? On this build, this could literally be a 2-way. 13 defensive badges. That's insane. Now chuck the rest on driving layup. Is this the only way you could make this build? No. This is how I would recommend making it for how you can win these events easily, right? You want defense, you want playmaking, high pass accuracy and ball handle, and you want to be able to shoot. You don't get any rep for driving. You don't get much rep for catching lobs. It's not worth it. You want to be throwing them because you get 1500 plus for every oop thrown. You don't get much for shooting either. It's a last resort. Defense, it helps your teammate great. You want high defense, all right? I'm explaining myself, but I'm gonna go into it. I'm gonna cover it all, I promise. But they're the badges. It's literally a two-way. It's gonna be 6'5", still max speed, minimum weight, minimum wingspan, and then playmaking, takeover, and you get, it's a cool build, the mid-range playmaker. I like it, the name's cool, right? But that's the build, that's build 2. Now let's get into exactly how you are gonna win this, how you're gonna play. This is what you're gonna do. Okay, so now we have our build sorted. This is how you win these rep events, okay? So it's a little bit complicated, but step 1 is trade lobs. Okay, thanks guys for watching, see ya. Okay, in all seriousness, it's a topic that I've always avoided, but I'm gonna mention it here just to be honest. This video has been the most raw you'll ever see me, and I'm actually gonna act like this a lot more. I'm gonna start streaming. I just want to be myself, have fun with the game, because damn, shit's been getting so boring lately, and I just don't want to be like that anymore. Will you win if you don't trade lobs? Yes, you could, but you'll have to be like a top 10 player in the server to do so. And then even if you're a top 10 player, you're fighting DCs, your tent could be fried, tent's being fried, and there's a lot of time wasting. It's possible, of course, but it's harder. In Formula, when I won, we traded about 5 games. So 5 games in 8 hours. I think it was 6 hours 40 that I finished it. It could have been quicker, to be fair, but we were messing around at the end because I knew it was secured. But in 8 hours of games, that's how many we traded lobs. So that formula was a long one. It was crazy. We played about 60 games, so less than 10% of my games were trades. I don't want to trade. I don't like trading. If I'm honest, I hate it. I'd much rather these events be based on skill and have nothing to do with luck, but they aren't. How many times you DC can literally decide whether or not you win. I promise you, because that's what happened to me in boot camp. I deserved boot camp last time. I'm being serious. 12th, I had a 10-minute tent time. That is almost 2 games with how I play these events. So I would have won, but anyway, it happens, and that's events. I'm not saying that to act a certain way. That's just the truth, you know what I mean? And you know what? Something probably happened to someone else when I won Formula. So it goes full circle. These events aren't based on how good you are, only to an extent. All right, so step 1. Try and find yourself a park you won't get booted from, or you think you have the least chance of getting booted from. That's super basic, but the reason I mention it, DUT parks used to be where a lot of people went to find a good park to not get booted in. I'd recommend staying away from them now because they aren't safe. They aren't safe like they once were. Everyone knows people go into these parks for events so they don't get fried, but that's not how it works anymore, okay? If you didn't know that, yeah, now you do. So just go into a park and pray. Step 2, now this is actually gameplay orientated. There's more to it, but you want to average around 13k a game to win these events. You want to have a good game, that's about 14 to 15k, and when you have a bad game, you want it to be about 10 to 11, 12 to 13, that's average, that's on the line, depending on how quick your game went. Now, to keep those kind of rep numbers, it's hard to get them every single game, but what you have to do on these 2 builds is max out your lobs ASAP. So at some point in the game, everything you do is going to max out. Your stats, they're not going to count anymore if you are the one receiving the ball a lot. It's going to max you out, like I haven't seen higher than 16k for me personally, so that's all I can go off. But if they're stopping the lob, don't keep going for it. Don't waste time. Run a pick and roll, run a pick and pop, get an attack assist, get a regular assist or a flashy assist, do something else. Essentially, these builds, you want to go for assists on them, and if if it's not on, your scoring is an absolute last resort. On the playmaker, on the play shot, you want to be draining threes to get out of the game quick. You still need your assists though, primarily lobs, but assist is what's going to get you the most reps. So have a timer on every single game. Make sure you are getting, learn your rep. Look at my previous videos about the rep system. Look at what gets you the most rep that you can do easily. Run plays around them. Make sure your game is under 5 minutes from the start to back into tent. 5 minutes long game times, max, that's like a long game. And then to get back into the tent has to be about 7 minutes. So from tent to back in the tent, 7 minutes. That's what the top guys, that's the pace they'll be at. So time your games, make sure you're aware of how long it's going, and remember, you're better off to take a 10k rep game, a couple of regular assists, maybe a lob here or there, some scoring, and it be 5 minutes, than get 14k, get all the stats you wanted, but it took you 10 minutes. It's basic math, but remember, time is everything in these. It's not just lobs. The next one, it's utilize all inbounds. What I mean is the lob cheese. If you've watched my formula video or how we play any inbound, we have set plays. I recommend you write something up for yourself, but the first thing we do in that video is a lob cheese, where you run up behind the defender at the check of ball and you hold LT, blocking him from chasing down your teammate, and you throw them a lob. It works 95% of the time, and if you execute it right, it's going to save you a lot of time and get you a lot of rep. The other play is you pass it off the inbound to someone in the corner, to someone cutting for a immediate lob. So someone gets a pass to assist, someone gets a lob, someone gets a lob finish. Alright, make sure you're utilizing these plays. Set off balls, do whatever you gotta do. Step 4, it's super simple, but play with people you know well, people you have chemistry with, and play with people that all aren't trying to win a game. If you have regular Joe, he's an SS2, and you want to win an event with him, it's going to be almost impossible for you and regular Joe to win the event. So find people, as a playmaker play shot, find people that are happy for you to get the assists, happy for you to farm your threes on the play shot, get your assists on the playmaker, and get a couple of lobs here and there, get out of the game, get your rep, and keep going. Get a team that agrees that one person is winning, and that's you, right? They're playing for you, and in return, pay them, get them Uber Eats. I've bought Bash a number of meals, or, you know, offer to sit in the corner for them in return. You know what I mean? They're doing you a favor. These events, you can't win by yourself. It's a team game, so get a good team around you, people you know, people that are there to help you win. Step 5, I touched on it before, but more in depth, it is to trade. Now, this isn't something I completely agree with. It's also not something a lot of people will talk about, but it happens. It happens every event, and the last couple of events I've seen have been more prolific than ever before when it comes to trading. So if you see a team and they're on like 30k in 6-7 minutes into the event, just know what they did, and they traded both those games very quickly. Okay, if you want to keep up with these teams, you got to join them. You know what I mean? Or pray they get their power cut off for the whole rest of the event. Otherwise, you're not going to keep up with them. I really only believe one event matters, and that's GODZ, because it has nothing to do with rep. You can't boost it. Everyone is trying to win. Yeah, there's an element of luck, of course, because you can DC as well, but everyone's actually trying to win the game, not farm rep. So it's a little different, but yeah. How you win these events has nothing to do with how good you are. It's how well you can time manage, how well you can rep farm, and who you know, and if you can scare teams into trading every game. That's the complete truth. If you want to do it, do it at your own risk. I don't agree with it. I don't like it, but go get your boosts. And well, if you like my content, please drop a like, subscribe. I'm at 1k now. Thank you so much. It's awesome to see this. Way more than I thought, and this video has gone on for a minute of me ranting, but genuinely I'm trying to just spurt out all the information that I had. Not many people know this, but at the start of the year I played 1,000 games of Park and I had a 40% win record, right? I was a complete bum. I'm still not good, but I'm getting there. I was a complete bum. It's my first 2k. I've literally been there wondering, oh my god, how did he win GODZ? You know what I mean? I've been there trust me, and I'm not lying to you. Other people might make videos like this. They're not going to tell you everything like I have, right? Tell you the important things, the things you actually need to know. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you respect what I'm trying to do anyway. You may not, you may, but good luck. If you're copying these builds, good luck. Listen to this before the event. Make sure you're doing all the right things. And yeah, hopefully I see some of you guys win the event. All right, good luck.